Thanks, Ron. Retirement, health care, managing resources are topics of concerns for many Americans. And here to give us some guidance and some expert advice is certified financial planner for Raymond James and Associate Randy Huff. Welcome to Lifestyles.
Thank you, Angie. Happy to be here.
Well, these are important and hot topics, my friend, as you well know.
I well know. Definitely hot topics. They're coming at us each day, different variables on this subject. And as things evolve, healthcare costs and retirement seems to be becoming a more important element for planning purposes.
Where do we begin, Randy? I mean, what's job one at this point?
Well, the first step would be to consider the fact that healthcare planning should be part and parcel of a broader plan. It should be part of a retirement plan. And with a retirement plan, you should focus on creating wealth, preserving wealth, and then also transferring wealth. And as you focus on the preservation of wealth portion of the plan, that's where you begin to really drill down on the healthcare costs. And by the way, to offer a couple of statistics, the average 65-year-old couple will incur $260,000 in healthcare costs during the retirement. And that cost is forecast to increase by 5.1% each year.
Would you mind repeating that statistic? I think it's worth remarking.
I'd be happy to do that. The average 65-year-old couple will incur $260,000 of costs for health care during their retirement. And that cost is forecasted to increase by 5.1%. So as I mentioned earlier, planning for health care costs is becoming more and more important element for retirement planning.
Now, this may sound like a silly question, so bear with me. When do you start planning?
You should start planning as soon as possible. But the general guidelines are one should begin planning 5 to 7 years before their anticipated retirement. Not only for planning for healthcare costs, but for planning for taxes, planning for other things. When you're 5 to 7 years from retirement, you also begin thinking, what I've learned is you also begin thinking about the transfer part of the program, who you want to leave things to and how much and when. But all other things remaining equal, the sooner the better. Once a healthcare plan is documented, it can be updated over time, and in fact should be updated over time.
Now, why do people push back against that, though?
Some people push back because there's always the fear of the unknown.
Always, yes.
Now, in that case, I would argue it's better to know where you stand and what adjustments might need to be made rather than be surprised at the end. Other people are caught up in day-to-day activities, work, family, and the like, and feel as though their time is better used elsewhere. And to that argument, I offer we all seemingly work to get to the point where we retire. And I find it ironic that sometimes people don't slow down enough to plan for that retirement.
Well, let's talk about just what you do for a living and how people can reach out to you, because so many of us do need professional guidance. It's very confusing.
Right, right. The first step would be to think about contacting someone such as myself, who's a certified financial planner professional, because in becoming a certified financial planner, there's a rigorous education program, ongoing education requirements, ethics requirements, and as a certified financial planner, you're focused on creating wealth, preserving the wealth, and transferring the wealth. So that's the type of person you want to be in contact with, and again, someone who would stay in contact with you as things evolve.
That's all important to know. Give this man a call. He can help you through these complicated issues today and in the future as they unfold. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more Local Lifestyles right after this segment.